Both weekend days that were much colder. Certainly when you were stepping out, we aren't used to it being this cold, but they were still above the average, which is just crazy.
India, as Southeast Asia suffers through a relentless heat wave, 123.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
Those who deny climate change, what do you say to them?
In a free country, which at least we believe, we tell ourselves we live in a free country. I don't care what you believe. Believe whatever you want. The problem comes about is if you are in denial of an emergent scientific truth and you wield power over legislation. That's a recipe for disaster. The person on the street doesn't care about climate change or doesn't, maybe we'll have a conversation, but I'm not going to lose sleep over that. It's when someone, an elected official, stands in denial of climate change, something that scientists have been telling them now for decades, and they're going to create legislation in response to that. That is the end of an informed democracy. The end.
I love when they say, I don't know anything about it, but
it's not true.
I don't know anything, but it's not true.
And so, by the way, I don't beat politicians over that. You'll never see me arguing with a politician. You know why? Because politicians, representatives, senators, they are duly elected by a community of people, the electorate. So if they want to say the Earth is 6,000 years old, it's probably because their electorate thinks so. And so as an educator, my task is to educate the electorate so that they could then vote people into office who can make sensible legislative decisions that can affect us all and not derive from their personal, private belief system.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
This country and our planet face some enormous problems. And I can assure you that these problems are not going to go away, they're not going to get better if we ignore them or sweep them under the rug. One of the global crises that must be addressed now, for the sake of our children and grandchildren, is climate change. And let me be very clear. The debate is over. Pope Francis is right in saying that the world is on a suicidal course with regard to climate change. Virtually all scientists who have studied this issue have concluded that climate change is real, it's caused by human activity, and it is already causing devastating problems in our country and around the world. Just a few facts. 2015 is on track to be the hottest year on record, and scientists are already predicting 2016 will be even hotter. In fact, 13 of the 15 hottest years ever recorded have all occurred since the year 2000. In recent years, we have seen shrinking ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica, rising sea levels, threatening coastal communities all over the world, oceans that are warming and becoming more acidified, threatening the food supply for millions of people. Increased droughts throughout the world. In California and the southwest of the United States, drought has led to wildfires unprecedented in their duration and in their strength. The most powerful hurricane ever recorded, with winds for Hurricane Patricia hitting 200 miles per hour and gusts of up to 247 miles per hour. Heat waves that have killed thousands of people in Europe, Pakistan, and India. Extreme weather disturbances, including stronger hurricanes, torrential rainfalls, and more severe flooding. And here's what's most frightening. Scientists say that if we do not act boldly and within a very short window of opportunity, a very bad situation that exists today will become much worse in years to come. What the scientists are telling us is that if we do not get our act together, our planet Earth, our only planet, could see a global increase in temperature of 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of this century. 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And what happens then? Well, among many other concerns, the CIA and the Department of Defense tell us that a warming planet will increase international instability. Rising sea levels and the flooding of coastal communities, as well as more drought and floods, could well result in the forced migration of tens of millions of people desperately searching for economic security, for clean water, and for land to grow food. People fighting over limited natural resources means more war and means more death. A warmer planet means more disease, malaria, dengue, yellow fever, and other tropical illnesses will spread into parts of the world where they don't currently exist. Air pollution, exacerbated by increasing temperatures, will also increase, causing more disease, especially for children. A warmer planet means the expenditure of hundreds of billions of dollars to replace destroyed infrastructure, roads, bridges, and water systems that will have to be rebuilt. And while we will all suffer the impacts of climate change, the sad truth is that climate change falls especially hard upon the most vulnerable people in our country and throughout the world, people who have the fewest resources to protect themselves.